For Roy Williams, he never expected to receive this award, mainly because he was the man who created it.
We started talking about folks who had done a lot for the city, who the younger generations never heard of or didn't know anything about. And so we decided to start the Distinguished Warriors Dinner. Actually, we called it the Old Warriors. And after about the second year, they came to us and said, could you get a jazzier title than Old Warriors? So Distinguished Warriors sounds a lot better.
Williams is being honored for his leadership and service. After getting his bachelor's degree in sociology and his master's in urban planning, he started working for the Urban League as a housing specialist.
I was doing some community org, watching all of those who were organizing communities and trying to get them to fight over issues with the city, and it was always housing issues. The most important things we did was, right after the riots, we received a grant from Detroit Edison, what was called a street school. It was on 12th Street. It was about 4 doors down from where the riots started. And we brought kids in who had dropped out of high school, tried to get them either to go back to high school or to get a GED. But our point was that if you work kids enough and you get them to the point where they are enjoying education, you will have more successes and less people on the streets.
It was actually the first street school in the state of Michigan. Williams was then appointed by Governor Milliken, where he spent 9 years serving as a deputy director of the Office of Urban Affairs and a director of different education programs. Williams would go on to be appointed by both Governor Blanchard and Governor Engler.
Urban planning does give you a feel for how things are going, does give you an idea in terms of what's going on in the city and how you should deal with what's needed in the city.
Williams also worked for Chrysler and in the Highland Park city government and has been a board member within the NAACP since 1985. He once received a note from civil rights leader Julian Bond. That fueled his continued passion for civil rights.
It basically says, thanks for reminding us that we're an organization that fights. We were in a board meeting and there was a big argument about what we should do next as it relates to one of the issues, and I kept saying, well, it sounds like you want to back away from it as opposed to take it on and fight. And it seems to me that NAA is an organization that does that.
Among his long list of jobs and achievements, Williams believes his best accomplishments come from the work he does for those in the community.
Helping cities, helping individuals, I think those are my accomplishments. I think you have to like what you're doing. You have to believe in what you're doing. Seeing one of the kids who was in the street school that ran down the street, chased him, and said, what are you doing? And he said, oh, I'm teaching now. He had gone to school, he liked math, and so he's teaching math in college, actually. It's the spirit of wanting to help others and wanting to make the world a better place that's important, I think.
And now, decades later, his time and contribution with the Urban League has come full circle. For charting his own path and leading our community, we salute Roy Williams, a distinguished warrior.